Candidates for local Wisconsin government races are receiving support from political parties. National political strategies are forcing candidates to choose a side or likely lose an election.
News 8 Now's Jordan Frumstad explains why La-Crosse is no exception.
As the competitive nature of politics ramps up, candidates find out they cannot run for office alone.
It takes money to run a campaign.
Rob Abraham found that out running for the la-crosse-county-board.
Beating a 21-year incumbent is tough.
Abraham's values align with conservatives. He accepted an endorsement and monetary contributions from the la-crosse-republican-party, $2,100 total.
It's nothing new for the Democrat Party. I ran for county board in 2010, and Congressman Ron Kind, a Democrat, sent an endorsement letter out for my opponent.
La-crosse-Republican-Party Chair Bill Feehan says this has been a political strategy for decades. He says they endorse candidates to try to balance the people who represent La-Crosse County government.
And there were 6 independents who ran. 5 of the 6 lost to Democrats. If you look at the 9 races where we supported candidates, we won 6 of those races. So I think there's a pretty good case to be made that if the Republican Party hadn't backed those candidates, we would not be electing any conservative county supervisors.
Candidates who disclose their campaign contributions show the La-Crosse Republican Party contributed more than $13,000 toward 8 candidates for the spring election this year. In 2016, the party gave $2,000 amongst 5 candidates.
Well, if you have a chart on campaign financing in the United States or Wisconsin, it looks like a ski hill. In other words, every year we break records from the last time.
Independent candidates are suffering in elections, according to La-Crosse political analyst Joe Hine. He used La-Crosse County Board member Vicki Burke as an example.
She's a longtime Democrat. She was not listed on the Democratic website or the Democratic list of who they support.
Burke lost this year to Abraham.
You'll wonder just how partisan these offices should be, frankly.
La-Crosse Democratic Party Chair William Garcia says the party is there to help amplify a candidate's message.
We're providing, the infrastructure to get their message out. We are not providing them with the message.
He says there's nothing wrong with party involvement.
There is naturally going to be some overlap because the people that care about, federal and state elections are the people that care about local elections.
La-Crosse Common Council President Barb Jansen disagrees.
It's really frustrating.
Jansen lost in a district race for county board. She says partisan politics are creating a hostile environment.
The personal attacks
in local government.
And I can take a large degree of that. No doubt, my skin's pretty thick, but it wears on you after a while.
Hine says this brings political gridlock to our own backyard.
That's unfortunate because it means they don't get a lot done.
Partisan politics are not all bad. Hine says people start to pay attention more when they feel like they have a voice that represents their own.
That's what representation is all about.
It can also place a new perspective in an office.
I won by 53% of the vote, but there's 47% of the people who didn't vote for me, and I represent them equally. And I need to listen to their voices, and I need to represent their voices.
The results of Tuesday night reflect who showed up to the polls to vote.
If you want to make a change, start local.
Now, La-Crosse County elected 7 new people to the board this election, and there are 3 of them beat incumbents, I should say.
The county board reported a nearly 30% voter turnout for the spring election. That's about 5% higher than last year.